This very video is to help you understand most of the land documents in Enugu State precisely. This very video will help you to understand most of the land documents in Enugu State to be precisely. So, as a first-time buyer, it's important to understand the title documents your land has, the title document to which the land you want to go and buy today has, and the title documents that are being issued in the city of Enugu currently, because most states, right, most states has different kind of documents. And in this very video, I'll be listing most of the land documents you need to that are familiar in Enugu State real estate. So remember, this very challenge is basically for first-time buyers. It's basically for first-time buyers. So if you come across this very video, I will encourage you to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, because this challenge is going to open your mind to a lot of frauds that is happening around real estate in Enugu. As a first-time buyer, it is important to understand that in this our new era, you do not transact land business. You do not buy land through cash payment. No, it's no longer advisable. Now, this happened when there was no bank transfers and no mobile banking. So as a first-time buyer, you transact all land transactions through transfers. Now, that transfer will help as an evidence or a proof of payment that shows that you paid so amount of money of this particular property to this company, to this family, to this community, or to this individual that wants to sell his land. And upon making that very payment, upon making that very transaction, it's important you ask for a receipt of payment. Now, that receipt of payment will cover the payment, the amount you made, the date you made this payment, and of course, the witness to which was there when you made this payment. Now, the companies will sign to it, and you will at the same time sign to it. Now, that makes that very receipt of payment very, very valid and can be regarded as a land document in most cases. As a first-time buyer, one of the documents that are most familiar in Enugu State when you are buying a particular property is called deed of assignment. This deed of assignment is the document that transfers ownership of the land from the seller. The seller can be the company, the seller can be a community, the seller can be a family that is selling this particular property, or at the same time a seller can be an individual that is selling this particular property to you, down to you that is the buyer. Deed of assignment covers this history of buyers or list of buyers in this said property. Like, you know, a particular property can be sold. Another powerful document that you need to know or put on the know is power of attorney. This power of attorney allows someone to act on behalf of the original owner of the land. Let's say, for instance, if a developer wants to sell a particular layout plan of a community. Now, the community and the developer comes in agreement. Now, they write a power of attorney allowing the developer to act on the behalf of the original owners of the land, which is the community. I don't know if this is clear. Now, what this means is that, okay, as a community, community A won't have a layout that they want to sell, and they don't have the capacity to sell this very land. What they do is they open up a channel whereby developers comes in, buys this property from them. Aside buying this property from them, they go in agreement that will be drafted out in that same power of attorney that will be giving the developer a mandate to sell this property on the behalf of the community. I hope this makes sense. So this same power of attorney will be issued to you, a first-time buyer who bought from that same developer. Now it will carry the name of the community or the name of the family or the names of another document, but it is not common in Enugu, is Excision or Gazette. Now, you commonly see this kind of documents in Abuja, Lagos, and Port Harcourt and the rest of it. Like, you know that every land is owned by the government, and every land is owned by the government. So most properties or most locations, government has set aside this particular place for something like this, maybe in 50 years to come. Government has set aside this particular place for something like this in 30 years or in 20 years time to come, right? So it is called the general plan of the state. So if by all means that maybe the government have now seen, okay, this place we can't use this place for this particular project any longer. Now they can now release it back to the community to do whatever that pleases with them in that said land. So in such land, the kind of document you get is what we call gazette or a section. I hope this makes sense. So now another commonest document you get is government allocation paper. Now, but this particular government allocation paper is basically for those investors or for those first-time buyers who is buying directly from the government estate. Take for instance Blossom Garden Estate. Blossom Garden Estate is being owned by Enugu State Housing Development Corporation, right? And therefore, every plot that is in Blossom Garden comes with a government allocation paper because the land is being managed by Enugu State Housing Development Corporation. Now, another scenario whereby you get this kind of document is when a developer has a particular property but partnered with government housing, Enugu State Housing Development Corporation. Now, if you are purchasing such land, you will be given a government allocation paper at the same time. A typical example of this is our Sports Island Estate. The last but not the least, which happens to be the most secured title document but highly expensive, is C of O. The full meaning is Certificate of Occupancy. Now, this certificate of occupancy is being issued by the government itself, is being issued by the governor itself, giving you a consent to own and do whatever that pleases with you in this land. Now that shows that government have no form of interest in this particular. The essence of going for a C of O property is, maybe for instance, if you are applying for any loan, it is very, very conducive, it is very, very attracting as a collateral. It is very much good to use C of O lands as a collateral. The banks, your loaners or lenders will find it so appealing to give you loan because you have a C of O property, making your land very, very genuine. Now, if you've watched till this minute, congratulations to you, because you are not going to fall victim of fraudulent activities around real estate in Enugu. If you've watched till this very video, congratulations to you, and I promise you, you will never fall victim of any land scam again. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put it down on the comment section below, and I will be there to attend to you immediately, or possibly chat me on +2348135100660. Remember, I'll be posting this very video in all of my platforms: Facebook page, YouTube, and of course TikTok. My name is Daniel Eze, and I am your best preferred real estate expert in the city of Enugu. I am the best because why? I am guiding you by experience, because it was experience that brought me in this very industry. So hit me up today. Let's do business, and I promise you, you will definitely have a reason to smile.